remember what your initial sort of impressions and what you observed when you started doing that was?
Yeah, the most part that I observed is like of how there was so much homeless people and also the panhandlers were always crowding around the entrance of the buildings, and hanging around places where regular people couldn't stand of being at, because there was like smelly people that should not be here, were like around and hogging up space for the actual people that needed to like maybe sit down or something. It was an unfavorable impression, because I mean, get it, I'm a citizen of the city, and if I wanted to sit somewhere, you can't, because there was so many homeless people like pretty much hogging up a space for anybody who was handicapped that needed to sit down and couldn't, because there was too many people like crowding one area, and things like that, not showing initiative to other people, to an elderly woman or elderly guy to sit down at. Notice that changing and things like that, because with the new laws that have been coming out, everything now, there's strict policies, like even RIP has put in strict policies of no loitering in the building at all. They can't smoke in front of the doors or stand in front of the doors, and things like that. Also with Burnside Park here, where in the summertime I was actually in charge of that by doing like basically public safety security, safety and security in there, by keeping the homeless could come in and like sit down, but they couldn't like lay on the grass. They couldn't they could hang out, but they can't I know it's hard to enforce the no smoking policy for the park, but there's actually a policy where they can't feed the birds.
Okay.
But in that general part, it's all changed a lot, and it's cleaning up really good. That I'm liking the stuff that's going on now, that people are now starting to be able to come back and feel comfortable come to the plaza, because they see the police presence. Basically, it was because after Occupied Providence, that from what I was told, totally destroyed and contaminated both the park and the water fountain itself. Because I was told by the head guy from the Parks Department that the fountain itself was contaminated so much that they had to nearly clean out empty out that fountain and sterilize it, because I was hearing that people from Occupied Province were washing their clothes in there, taking a shower in that, a bath in that fountain. I mean, I never saw it for myself, because when I saw them in there, I was disgraced, and I just kind of stood away from that for a while, until when I heard that they were when the government finally stepped in and kicked the Occupied Providence people out of the park and banned them from it, where that they can't even, if they was to set up a tent in there, they can be arrested. Everything, because there's basically a restraining order on them.